What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm your host Amit on CourseCreatorHandbook.com, and today we are going to learn how to use Zapier or Zapier. Tomato. And what is Zapier? Zapier is a tool. Think of it kind of like a middleman. And what Zapier does is it takes data from one software. So imagine this being that one software, be it Mailchimp, Active Campaign, be it an Teachable Thinkific, your WordPress website. So it takes data from here, sucks it into Zapier, and then spits it into another piece of software. So it's kind of like a middleman. It sits in between these two pieces of softwares, and it helps them talk to each other. There is a iPhone version with something similar called IFTTT. So that is if this then that, and it does the same thing. In that you call them recipes. So if this happens, then do this. If the weather is going to be rainy tomorrow, remind me to take an umbrella. That's an IFTTT recipe. Similarly, in Zapier, you could do a bunch of things. You could do a lot of things because you can now tell Zapier. One use case or one example would be every time I get a Gmail, every time I get an email in my Gmail with this subject line, automatically create a calendar invite or a calendar reminder, and then shove it into a Google spreadsheet. I have three zaps that I'm going to try to build today. So the three zaps, I have it in my Trello here. This is how I manage all my videos that I want to show you guys. I have them laid out in my Trello board, and then I go through them and check them off as I'm doing them. So for today, our thing to do with, actually this should say Zapier. I don't know why it says Demeo. Let me copy this and plunk it into the Zapier card. Where is Zapier? Here we go. Alright, so these are the three things that we're going to do today in Zapier, using Zapier. Is one, whenever I get a new student enrollment and I'm going to use my Teachable school, free school that I have, I will do that with Thinkific too, but the idea is going to be pretty much the same. So whenever I get a new student enrolled in the course, automatically add them to a list in Mailchimp and then send a text message to my cell phone. We'll see how far we get to it. I've never tried this third part, so this is going to be my first as well. So let's start with this, and then we'll do the second and third piece here. So let's go create a Zap. So we need three things in here. We need a school, a valid teachable Thinkific school, or WordPress, or any other WordPress plugins maybe you're using, wishlist member mouse. So you need that. You need to have automatically add them to a list in Mailchimp, so we need Mailchimp. And then the third thing is you need a cell phone where you will get a text message if you want that piece. Let's try this. So I have my school. Let me open my Teachable school here, and I already have Mailchimp open here. I'm going to go to Teachable. I forgot I believe it's this course creator handbook at gmail.com. Yep, perfect. So I'm in Teachable, I'm in Mailchimp, and now I'm in Zapier. So I do have a free trial, but I also have a paid version that I give them $20 a month. As you go through my videos, you're going to realize, and I'm going to realize, that I pay a lot of money to these SaaS products. I need to cut down. But for now, I am paying Zapier $20 for a bunch of different tasks, and let's try to create one. So you will see in this, when you first log on to Zapier, if you're new to this will be your home screen. We're not going to go through each and everything here because I don't want to waste your time. I'll let you explore it on your own time. What I do want to do is, whenever you come in here, the first thing you want to do is make a Zap. If you already have Zaps running, you'll find them under your Zap or Zaps. And right now I don't have anything in here. So let's make one. And Now here's what we need to do. We're going to do step 1 and step 2, which is step 1 is when a new student enrolls, then the step 2 would be to send them to Mailchimp. So first I want to search for Teachable. Here's Teachable. Most likely if you have a SaaS product, it will most likely be listed in here because Zapier has like hundreds if not thousands of integrations with these different softwares. And on the back end it's complex stuff, but just to kind of make it more sense and put it in simpler terms, all these software products are doing is they're exposing their API, which is application programming interface, which allows two applications to talk to each other in a programmatic way. And Zapier is doing that as a middleman, taking data from one place, dumping it into another using those APIs. So we have a Teachable, search for Teachable triggers. I'm going to say whenever it's a new user. So there are these 3 triggers you can do: new enrollment, new user that signs up for a school. I'm actually going to do new enrollment because people sign up for your school, but they don't necessarily enroll in the course. You might have like 100 people signed up, but only 50 of them are in a course. The other 50 are just signed up, but never really enrolled in any courses. So I want to be notified when someone actually enrolls in a course. Save and continue. And then now it's asking me to connect my Teachable account. So I'm going to click on connect a new account. It's automatically putting this Teachable URL in here. If you see this let me zoom this in here. Teachable dev API. And let's log in here. I thought if I have the window open, it would just let me, it'll just take it from there, but apparently not. And my course.creator-handbook. Sorry guys, bear with me. Not a good typing day for me today. Okay, we are connected. Our account has been added. That was easy. And if I hit test, it'll test, and success green check means Zapier was able to log into my Teachable account. We'll hit continue. Now things to double check: test your Teachable trigger by fetching an existing enrollment. I do have one enrollment in my school, and feel free to enroll in my school. It's free, it's open. If you don't like this YouTube format of watching my videos, you can sign up to my school. I have all the videos laid in order in there as well, so you can take it at your own pace. You can take it from your cell phone just like YouTube, but if you want to do it, you can just go to course-creator-handbook.teachable.com. So test was successful. Zapier was able to pull an enrollment. Now on to the next step. So the second step is we want to go to Mailchimp. I have Mailchimp and ActiveCampaign. I have paid both of them. Now I have a free subscription for Mailchimp and an paid subscription for ActiveCampaign, another SaaS product that I pay for. So I like ActiveCampaign better, but Mailchimp was a good starter plan. Okay, so in here what we want to do, we want to add a subscriber, and let's connect my Mailchimp account now. If only I can remember my Mailchimp. Oh, perfect. Love it when it's already saved in here. So Mailchimp account has been connected. Now we need to find a list. So here's a list right here, course creator manual. I'm going to use this list. Actually, let me see if I can. Let's go into Mailchimp and create a new list. Let's create a list, and we are going to call this one course creator handbook. Wait, was this list already in here? That's the problem with these mailing lists. There are so many of them. Okay. Let's look at page 2. Okay, I don't see it in here. So let's create it. Course creator handbook, default email. I'm just going to put my other domain email, because if not, then I'll have to create a new email account. And our default from name, why did you join us? Okay, thank you for signing up. Perfect. Here's my PO box. If you guys want to send me any birthday cards or money orders, you can send it here. Notifications, I want to get daily summary. Save. Alright, so I have a list created. Let's go back into Zapier. I don't know if it's going to refresh itself. Let's try this. Let's click test, continue, list, try loading. Okay, let me refresh this. I might have to refresh the page, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to use this course creator manual list. And then now we want to see what else do we need to map when someone enrolls in a course in Teachable. So we want to map their email, which is right here. And then do we want a double opt-in? No, we don't want a double opt-in. A double opt-in is when somebody signs up for your email list, but then they get an email in their inbox saying, hey, you just signed up for a list, click this link to confirm that you really want to be on this list. It's your choice really if you want it or not. I usually like to give a single step opt-in process, not a double step. Send welcome email, no. Update existing, no. Replace groups, this will override any existing groups. That's fine. I don't know what that means, but I'll just leave it as is. First and last name, if we take that, I believe we take that from Teachable. Let's see if I can find that information. This is a merge field. Anything besides text merge fields may fail. Username, I don't know if the first name is a name field that Teachable passes to Zapier. Alright, I'm going to leave this blank and continue. So now Zapier is going to create a test data in your Mailchimp account just to make sure everything's working okay. So that's fine. Let's create and continue. Test was successful, and let's, instead of hitting finish here, if you hit finish, that means you're done with this Zap and you can turn it on. But what we are going to do is we're going to add the third option, which is every time someone enrolls in your course or my course, I want to be able to get a text message. And I apologize if there was any sound or extra white noise happening in the background. I just realized that I had my mini fan on, which keeps this laptop nice and cool. So I apologize for that. I just switched it off. Alright, let's continue and add a step, which is say text message. I don't think so. I think it's called Twilio. Okay. So Twilio is a service that allows you to send and receive messages or phone calls. So we're going to say send a message. I do have a Twilio account. I don't know much. I don't know the details. Let's see if Google Chrome remembers my Twilio details. That'd be awesome. Account SID, log into your Twilio account and find API credentials on this page. Okay, let's go to Twilio. So there are some not Twilio stock. There are other text messaging services out there as well. You can find one that works for you. Twilio is pretty inexpensive. I believe it might even be free up to a certain amount. So play around with it. This is in mine. Alright, you know what, I'm just going to create a new account just for the heck of it, and you can see how this is done. So put in my details, course creator handbook. Let me not waste your time. I'm going to create a new account and then I'll see you inside Twilio's dashboard. Alright guys, I am inside Twilio's dashboard. Now I am looking for my SID. Welcome to Twilio, blah blah blah. I don't care about this. So here's my account SID and my authorization token. We're going to copy this and paste it in Zapier's. So here we go. Authorization token. Where are you? Here you are. Alright, so now we are connecting our Twilio account or not. Unauthorized. Make sure you click allow on the permission pop-up. What permission pop-up? Alright, let's try this one last time. I'm hoping it works. If it doesn't, then we might have to skip this step, and I'll continue releasing different Zapier integrations as I do them. And alright, let's see. Account SID. Details. Account SID is here. Authorization token was probably this one right here. Okay, let me look at what this error message says. Maybe it's something simple that we can fix. $695. Alright guys, sorry about that, bear with me. I'm trying to get this done so I can show you how it works. I've done this before, I just don't know why it's not working. Let's see what this error says. Maybe it can point us in the right direction. Your lack of to access the resource, authenticating request to this doesn't tell me much, so I don't know if two-factor authentication is disabled. I am using my live API credentials, not my test API credentials, so that's another thing to keep in mind. And yeah, I don't know why this isn't working. I apologize. So apparently that's out. I will continue to test that, and once I can find a solution on why this didn't work, I'll give this one last college try, see if it works, and if not, I am really sorry to waste your time and my time, and we will move on just with step 1 and 2. Yep, it's not gonna work. Okay, so long Twilio. Alright, so we can just activate this zap and then see it in action. So I'm going to hit delete on this final step. I don't want this. So ready to turn your zap, we recommend giving your zap a name. I'm going to name this Teachable Enrollments to Mailchimp. Alright, and then we just toggle the switch on to turn it on, and boom, done. So that's number 1. Let's go back in here and see what zap number 2 was. Number 2 is new lead in Mailchimp via a lead magnet. Create a line in Google Sheets. Okay, so for that, now we need to create another zap where we'll use Mailchimp as the first option. So new subscriber in Mailchimp, and what I'm trying to do is if someone signs up for a lead magnet, somebody downloads my lead magnet, which is not hosted on Teachable, it's hosted on my own WordPress site. Someone signs up on that, they get added to my Mailchimp list. Once they get added to my Mailchimp list, I want to then create a line in Google Sheets with their email address. And why I want to do this is you can use this to upload this data to Facebook to create lookalike audiences. You can of course download your email list from Mailchimp, Aweber, ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, wherever you have your email database. You can always download that list and upload it to Facebook. But in this way, I save that one step of downloading the list. If every time I get someone to sign up, I can just create a entry in Google Sheets. Now the free Zapier account does give you like 20 tasks per month, I think, or something like that. Every time a Zap fires is a task. So if 20 people signed up, that's 20 tasks. Every time Zapier has to do something is a task. So keep that in mind when you're using the free account. So we already have our Mailchimp account connected. I'm going to hit save and continue. And these ones, I want them to also go to, okay, here's the new list that I created. So let's send them here to Course Creator Handbook. And continue. And that's okay, we're good here. We could not find a subscriber because I don't have anyone in that list, so that's okay. I just said skip test and move on. So now what do we want to do? We want to connect it to Google Sheets. Now you might not be using Google Sheets. If you're using a good old spreadsheet, then you're SOL. So create let's say update a spreadsheet row. I'm going to quickly log into Google Sheets here and create a spreadsheet so that Zapier can log into my account and kind of look at that. Let's go to Google Sheets. I'm going to create a new one. And we are going to call this Mailchimp list. Mailchimp Course Creator Handbook CCH. Perfect. I'm going to give them some titles here, email and name. How's that? And because this is cloud based, I don't need to hit the save button. So update a spreadsheet row. I'm going to hit save and continue. Connect a new account. In this case, I'm going to connect my personal Gmail account, not the Course Creator Handbook account, only because that one already has this Google Sheet that I just added. Yes, Zapier can have all the permissions, and Google Sheets account has been added. Now it's going to prompt me which spreadsheet and which worksheet within that spreadsheet, and then which row within that sheet. So we are going to choose this first one, Mailchimp list CCH. And the worksheet is just the sheet 1. I didn't give the worksheet a name. And row, used a search step before this to get a row to update. Add a search step. So add a search step, lookup spreadsheet row. Each step lets you dynamically look up a value for this field. Each time the Zap runs, the value will change. Use a custom value. I'm just reading this because I thought I knew how I had done this before, but it's been a while, so I'm just trying to refresh my memory. Okay, this sounds good. It looks like I have to do it all over again. Sheet 1 column is going to be email, and then lookup value is going to be, so lookup value is also going to be email. And then create Google spreadsheet row if it doesn't exist yet. I check this, and then let's set up the rows, email and first name. I guess I don't bring that in, so that's not applicable. And now we continue. So now the premise here is required fields without a value, lookup value. search and continue. Let's see if this works. There is an error. Let's see what happened here. Doesn't look like we are having good luck tonight. I usually record these at night. It's about 10:50 p.m. my time in Connecticut. Gotta wait till the baby goes to bed. So I have almost a 2-year-old, terrible twos. His name is Mason, and we just put him down. He has been going to bed wicked late, about 9 o'clock. So as soon as baby goes to bed, dada goes to work. So lookup value is required, it says. And what are we looking up? I believe it is email, so I don't know why. I'm going to uncheck this thing. Remove extra fields. Maybe that's what's the hookup is. Alright, let's try this one more time. Required fields without a value, lookup value. I don't know what that means. You know what? Let me try this. And I'm going to add a fake value in here. Maybe that's what they're trying to look up. There's a lot of trial and error in everything that we do, so this is good that it's happening. You get to see how I try to troubleshoot things. Sometimes I just want to shoot them and not troubleshoot them. So lookup column is email, lookup value is also email, and I'm going to add a contact here in Mailchimp just so they match, because right now I don't have any contacts in here. Person gave me permission, subscribe. So you can manually add contacts in Mailchimp. We'll cover Mailchimp at another time. So now my list has 1 subscriber. Woohoo! And let's try this one more time. I'm going to give it one last shot again. I apologize, guys. I feel like I'm trying to show you guys things, but nothing seems to be working. And this part has worked for me before, so I'm not sure why it's not working. So lookup value is what I'm having trouble with. Let's try this one more time. Skip test and continue. You know what? I think because this was set up to look up a spreadsheet row, I think I just got it. It's set up to look up a spreadsheet row, and we don't want that. We want to create a spreadsheet row. Duh. Okay. That only wasted 10 minutes. So we want to create a spreadsheet row. What's the spreadsheet? It's the Mailchimp spreadsheet. Worksheet is 0. Email is email from Mailchimp. First name is it's not linking the first name field. That's fine. We'll leave it as optional. Continue. This time it's gonna work. Oh, spoke too soon. Make sure Zapier is still working. Okay, let's skip this step. You get the idea. For you, this will definitely work. If not, send me a message and maybe we can figure it out together. Name the Zap. So it's new Mailchimp subscriber to Google Sheet. Turn this one on. And then the final one we're going to do today is, whenever a new student enrolls in a course, I want to add them to a list in my ActiveCampaign account, and then set a tag within ActiveCampaign and then add them to an automation as soon as that tag fires. Let's try it. Third time's a charm. So first of all, new user, make another Zap. We're going to start with teachable, new enrollment. In this account, fetch and continue. They got a test, and this time I'm going to select ActiveCampaign. create a contact, connect account. All these account connections. It's a one-time deal though. Once you do it, you are good to go. Now let's go to active campaign. I'm going to go to my settings and I'm going to go to advanced. It's either advanced or developer. I think it might be developer. Okay, here's my API URL and my API key is right here. I'm done. Alright, so we're one step closer than we were with Twilio, which is good. So list. I'm going to call this the demo list. And we're going to put in an email address. Is going to be user email. First name. I don't know if we capture it with Teachable. I think we tried searching this. Let's just go with user meta details and name. And tags. So we're going to call this tag Teachable CCH Course Creator Handbook and continue. Create and continue. Fingers crossed, test successful. Woohoo! Finish. And then the rest of the stuff is going to happen within Active Campaign. And we're going to call this one Teachable to Active Campaign. Alright guys, so we have 3 zaps active. Let's give it a test. I know first is going to work. I don't know about second, and hopefully third will work. Now before we do that, I want to go into Active Campaign real quick. Go to my lists and go to the demo list here. I don't have that many contacts in here, so don't judge me. I'm working on it. Oh, these are all the tags. I apologize. Let me go back to the lists. And this is the one I use for my personal, like my full-time business that I'm trying to pursue here. Our course, our hospitality niche course. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create an automation. Anytime someone gets added to this list, so I'm going to create an automation, start from scratch, and I'm going to say that anytime a subscriber gets added to a list, subscribes to the demo list. So as soon as a contact gets subscribed to a demo list, what do I want to do? I want to add a tag and then also add them to an automation. So let's add the tag here first. We are going to add a tag, call it new enrollment teachable, and then we're going to is the option to start an automation. We're going to put them in the 10-day evergreen campaign where we're going to nurture this lead and hopefully get them to buy something from us. That's the end goal, and that's it. That's how Active Campaign works. You have branching, you have logic. Another video to come on this, and we're going to activate this automation. We're going to name it new subscriber add to nurture campaign, new student enrollment add to nurture campaign. Perfect, done. So let's go test our zaps now. This shouldn't take that long. Thank you again for hanging out with me as we do this together. Hopefully this will help you in your courses. Please leave a comment below and let me know what kind of zap you created and if there's something maybe I can learn from you. So the first one we created was enrollments in Teachable. We want to send a notification to Mailchimp. Let's try that in incognito. So course dash creator dash handbook.com .teachable.com. So I'm going in incognito so that I can sign up as a student. Amit Arora, email address, course creator handbook plus Zap test. And if you don't know what the plus means, check out some of my previous videos. I talk about that plus sign and being in there. And if you know it, that's awesome. That means you're trying it in your own personal life. What doesn't match? Password confirmation. Oh, you have to confirm your password. Oopsie. Alright. So this should be the first Zap. I created a new student, came into the course, and now that they're in the course, well, they haven't enrolled yet, they've just signed up. So we're going to go to enroll in free course. And again, feel free to sign up. All the stuff is on YouTube. This is probably where you're watching it, but if you want it in a more structured format, you can come to my school and I can get your email. Alright, so now let's see if Mailchimp has now I am on the free plan, and on the free plan I think the Zaps run every 20 minutes, not every minute, I believe. Let's see, let's compare the plans and see what's in the free plan, because I don't think this is going to happen instantly, which means I might have to cut this video short and come back once all these Zaps have fired. So Zap runs every 15 minutes and you can have 5 Zaps at a time and you get 100 tasks a month. I'm on the starter plan, which means I get 20 at a time and 1,000 a month, and then it just goes up from there. I don't think most people need more than the starter plan. So let's see if a subscriber has been added to our Mailchimp. If not, that means that it will be added in whenever the next cycle runs. So let's go here. I'm going to refresh this page. Sometimes it does happen instantly. This is not the one because that one would have the plus in front of it. Although I'm thinking if I had created the first Zap that we created, I had used this list. Okay, it did happen. Awesome. I get to show you guys right here. So this person has been subscribed to my list using Zapier, and it came in as course creator handbook plus zaptest at gmail.com. So that one works. Let's move on to our next one, which was new lead in Mailchimp via a lead magnet. Create a line in Google Sheet. I don't know if this is going to work, but let's give it a shot. I'm going to switch the list here and go to the course creator handbook list. I know it's a little confusing. Course creator manual, course creator handbook, it's one and the same thing. One URL is pointing to the other. I bought both the domains because I'm addicted to buying domains. So let me add a new subscriber in here, and we are going to put in my, let's see if I can put in my other email. Alright, let's add this. So technically at this point, either the Zap would work or we would get a failure in the Zap task history. So let's go back here to dashboard, look at my task history. This one probably is not going to work. I'm going to refresh my Google Sheet here, see if I get this. Yeah, I don't know why this one is not working, and I'm going to try to figure it out and do a second video to show you how it worked. And so I do have this account, this new subscriber in here, and the idea was to add them to a Google Sheet, which would have been this one. And and that means it would have showed up in my task history, but it did not. Oh well, we move on to the next one. And the next one is the final one, which is so this is a few steps in here, right? So this one says when a new student enrolls in the course, add them to a list in ActiveCampaign. And since we already did the new enrollment in our little incognito here, that means that this person, one, got added to Mailchimp as a subscriber, and then at the same time they also got added to ActiveCampaign as a subscriber. But not only did they get added to ActiveCampaign as a subscriber, they also got a tag, and they also got it added to an automation. So let's go see if that really happened. Alright, I'm in my ActiveCampaign. Let me refresh this. So this is the automation that triggers as soon as a new contact is subscribed to this demo list. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hit command click. That opens a new tab. On if you're a PC user, you can do control plus click, not the plus sign, control and then click, and that will open a new tab. And let's go to my demo list, see if I can find the contact that was last added. So we want the date added to be today. Perfect. Course Creator Handbook Zap test, and let's go in here, see what happens. So we have the tag. We have two tags. One I had mentioned when creating the Zap, so that got added, plus the second tag which I mentioned when I created it in ActiveCampaign. So we only need one tag. The tags can get out of control. The best thing is to come up with a naming convention that you follow for each and every tag in every list, and then not to exceed a lot, like don't exceed 20-30 tags, because then it's going to be a mess. So new enrollment in Teachable, that was done. The person was added to the demo list, and they were also added to the automation, which is the new enrollment nurture sequence, which is, let's go to the automation. Let's see if I can go to automations. And I think we had added them to the evergreen campaign, but I think that campaign was not active. So even though I told ActiveCampaign put that person in this campaign, in this automation, the automation is not active, so that wouldn't work. But if this automation was active, it would have worked splendidly. And this automation was pretty intense. I had a bunch of stuff going on in here that I had no clue what I was doing. Now I have a better understanding of how ActiveCampaign works. So now I have only a few automations going, and we will cover that in the next video or in coming videos. So that's it for Zapier part 1, guys. Thank you again so much for sticking around through this torture. Hopefully you got to learn a little bit out of it. I apologize for all the technical challenges that I faced. That's what really happens when you get into the weed of things. All these technical challenges happen and you have to figure out a way. We are all a one-man show, one-woman show, or maybe you're a duo doing it, but it's hard, and sometimes you just want to connect with other like-minded people. That's why I'm in these Facebook groups. That's why I'm putting my videos on YouTube, because I didn't have anyone to train me, but I want to make sure that you can learn from my experience and hopefully teach me one or two things, because I'm not the end all be all. I have a lot to learn right now. And thank you again. Put in your comments below, show me some love, show me some sugar, and we will see you in the next video. Take care and have a great day.